I need to share my screen.
And mute. Do you want to mute all of us or?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me figure out the screen share. Oh, I think you're gonna see my messages for a minute.
Well, you can raise your hand. That's kind of fun. Oh, sorry, lower hand.
Sorry about all my messages right there. How do I? Sorry guys, I'm trying to move this. Okay. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're on Facebook.
Right. Okay. Shoot. Now how do I get crap?
So you're probably, is it not one of the tabs in your, can you hear me still? I'm not muted.
Yeah, it's
So
not
it's not one of the tabs on the Internet Explorer. So you want to end share because you shared the wrong screen. So go up to the, I think it's to the top or on the bottom, you can hit end share.
Oh, okay. Stop
and
share.
Then stop share and then go to share again. And there should be a bunch of windows that pop up and one should be your presentation.
Oh, yeah, it's not. So it's like what? I have like 5 million tabs open.
Okay.
So you might have to exit out of some of the tabs in order to see that.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
You're okay. Oh, yeah. You do. Somewhere in there.
My husband makes fun of me. Look at Haley go.
I'm the e-hoarder.
Mine is just as bad.
That's like every single one of my web updates that's open right now.
I thought I did that. Man, no, I don't. I've been getting better at closing stuff.
See, I have probably that many, but I have them like in different screens.
Oh, do I have to close them all?
No, isn't it right here?
Yeah, this is my thing.
You're good.
And then
You're good now.
You're good.
Okay. So if
I can mute myself.
Manage participants. Okay, I can mute you guys now. Holy Hannah. Oh wait, is everyone? Okay, mute. Okay. All right, we're gonna start with shout outs. My shout out screen is so fancy. Hold on to your hat. All right, Annie's team. Miranda has 6, Leslie has 2, Michelle has 2. Nice job, ladies. Sean's team, Mahala has 6, I have 8, Stephanie has 4, Carrie has 2, Amanda has 2, Kelly has 2, Sarah has 2, and Jen has 2. And Sean, I did not put the team builders on here just because I didn't. So I'm sorry about that. And then for my team, Amanda Barber has 10, Courtney has 10, Brandy has 4, Amanda Travis has 2, and Barbara has 2. So pretty amazing numbers. May is, it's one of those like kind of bridge months where people are kind of thinking about getting into their health and fitness, but at the same time, they're crazy, crazy busy. So it's definitely a little bit harder to get people to fully commit in May. So nice job. It looks like everyone is killing it. So, and there's so much month left. Holy cow. Oh, gross. Okay. So we are talking today about the power of belief in coaching. The reason we picked this topic is because we just feel like there is so much that goes into coaching, but if there is not like a solid belief that you start off with, that your coaching career really isn't going to go anywhere. So I want to talk to you guys just about what this can do for your business and how you can do it. So I'm going to start off by telling a little bit about my story. And I know you guys have like heard my like transformation story before, but this is more of me becoming a coach. Because I think there's probably some things that you guys don't realize. The first one was that like I came to Sean after having been a challenger in someone else's challenge group. And I wasn't super impressed with that coach because I didn't feel like she was on the journey with me. I felt like she was just running a group. She popped in every once in a while. She didn't really post her food. She didn't work out consistently, and she had zero like progress to show us. And to me personally, like it was kind of a downer. It didn't motivate me. But I had met Sean previously, and I ended up running into her, and I talked to her. When I met Sean, I had done the 21-day fix. I had already gotten like a round and a half's worth of results and was so impressed. It was, I think I lost 12 pounds in my first round, which is redonkulous. So I was fired up. I had the belief coming into this already, but what I didn't have is Shakeology. I wasn't on Shakeology. I hadn't even tried it one time. And when I talked to Sean, she was like, well, you kind of need to do that. You know, that's kind of part of coaching. And I was like, okay, like I want to help people. I'm super fired up. I will do whatever it takes. And that was my attitude. I had that all in attitude. I wasn't like, ooh, how much is that going to cost? I don't know if I can swing that. Like, I didn't care if I could swing it or not. I was just going to make it happen. And no, I did not tell my husband. But I realized that Shakeology was a huge factor in coaching. And I looked at it as more of, in the beginning, more of like a business fee than something that I like wanted to do, I guess. But then as I started to drink Shakeology every day, obviously I fell in love, and now I can't stop drinking it. And now I'm able to give that passion to other people as well. But I never questioned it. So I did it. And I want to talk a little bit about like where I am this month. This month has been a super struggle for me. Mostly because, I mean, we got back from Punta Cana. I got food poisoning on the one day that I was like, I'm going to catch up on my life. And then the very next morning, we got a new puppy. She didn't sleep for like 3 weeks. And it's just been like, I feel like my life has just been turned upside down. But my goals in coaching have not changed. So it's been frustrating knowing that like I'm not able to put in as much as I normally do, but I'm fighting like hell to do it anyway. So I guess by sharing that, I just want you guys to realize that like the struggle is going to pop up before you know it. Like everyone's going to go through that low where you're like, crap, I don't know if I can keep going. But because I believe in this process and inspiring other people, I know that all I have to do is just keep going and it will happen. And honestly, if it doesn't happen this month, it is what it is. I will know that given my circumstances, I tried as hard as I could. Another story I want to share before we move on is my Cutco story. I shared this weekend at the retreat. I don't know if you guys know, but like way back in my past, I used to sell Cutco. Those are those like really fancy, awesome knives. They're amazing, but they're like ridiculously overpriced. Maybe not overpriced, but they're super expensive. Kind of like the way people might view Shakeology. But I went into this training to become a Cutco salesperson, where you have to go door to door, by the way. But they showed us the knives. They showed us what they can do. They showed us our like presentation, and holy crap, I was so excited about the knives. Like my passion was like, I just through the roof, that I never even went into a sale thinking, oh no, this is so expensive. There's no way people are going to say yes. I went in just being excited about the knives. And because I was so excited, they became so excited. And so the price didn't scare them. And even if the price did scare them, they ended up coming back later and getting them anyway. So I feel like it's the same thing with Shakeology. Like if you believe in it and you're excited about it and you can actually say like, this is legit what it does for me every single day, people are going to get on board. They're not going to care about the price. But if you come into it saying like, okay, I'll share it with you, but it's really expensive. Or, you know, like if you lead like that, then they're going to be like, ooh, I'm putting on my brakes. I don't know about this. They seem a little apprehensive. So your attitude and your belief have a huge, or play a huge role in how your people kind of respond to you. So if you are coming into coaching and you have very little belief, like you're the kind of coach that says, yeah, maybe I'll give this a try. And if things work out, then I'll buy Shakeology. Or like, you know, maybe this will work out. I'm just going to like test the waters for a month. But if I don't make anything in my first month, then I'm out. If you're coming into it with that kind of belief, it's not going to work for you. Like I can tell you right now, this second, just be done, because it's not going to work. You have to mind, body, and soul be completely into this. That doesn't mean you need to quit your job and be full-time. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that your mind needs to fully believe that like Beachbody is the shit and Shakeology is where it's at and I'm going to change everyone's lives. That's what I mean by having belief. So if you have a little belief, you might do things like you might just post a little bit because you're testing the waters. You're not really sure if this is going to work for you. So you're probably not going to go all in. You might try the shakes, or you might not. You might do part of a workout program, but probably not enough to get results and not really enough to get you fired up to share it with people. You might base your belief on your income, which means if you don't make anything in your first month, you're like, oh, this doesn't work. Well, did you do the whole list of 100 things that you could have tried to make it work? No, then you don't get to say that it doesn't work because you really don't know. And then, you know, a lot of us allow past struggles to hold us back. And that's something that we will talk a little bit more about. But what I mean by that is maybe you're afraid to talk to people, or maybe you had an MLM in the past that tanked, and so you're afraid that that's going to happen again. I actually did have an MLM in the past. I sold 31, and yes, it tanked, but I also did none of the things that I do now with coaching. Like I had like a free ride with 31 for so long because I was a teacher. I could just throw it in the teacher's lounge. Everybody would buy. I did great. But like once summer vacation hit, I didn't sell anything because my teacher's lounge was gone and I didn't do home parties. And so I couldn't really say like, oh yeah, 31 doesn't work. Like, no, I didn't make 31 work. So it's different. So how can you gain belief in coaching? If you are sitting here going, I don't know if coaching is going to work for me, here are some things that you can do right now. The first thing is to complete a full workout program. Do it for yourself. Go all in. Take those before pictures. I know it's scary, but do it, because that is going to change your attitude about this whole journey. You're all of a sudden going to have a ton of things to post about. You're going to have non-scale victories to post about. you're going to have a transformation in the end that you can then share and share and share, which is amazing. The second thing is just drink your shake every day. Like, as a coach, I guess I don't know how we can get other people to drink their shake when we're not drinking our shake. We really, I mean, it's a vital behavior, be a product of the product. So when you drink your shake every day, you then are able to share truthfully about what that shake does for you every day. You no longer have to go and like Google what people say about Shakeology or look up YouTube videos. You all of a sudden are able to speak from the heart because that's what it's done for you. The next one is to choose PD that helps you overcome your struggles. So if in the slide before, you were kind of sitting there going, yeah, there's this big part of coaching. Maybe you're afraid to post on Facebook. Maybe you're so afraid of what people think, or so you're going to want to seek out PD that helps you overcome your struggles. Google and YouTube have everything you can ever want. I've just stumbled across Tony Robbins and I'm kind of obsessed. He covers a lot of different areas, but all just super positive, and so that could be a good place to start. But whatever your struggle is, identify it and then figure out how you can help. Oh, I spelled struggles wrong. Sorry about that. Let's see. So if you come into this with a lot of belief, so we talked before, if you come into this with a little belief, it's going to mean that you're going to take a little bit of action. But if you come into this with a lot of belief and you're super fired up about the program you just did and you're loving your Shakeology every day and you just did PD that got you all fired up, you're going to come into this with massive action. You're going to want to talk to a ton of people about this. You're going to what? Someone's not muted. You're going to want to shout it from the rooftops. I think I've used that phrase so many times because that's how I felt when I became a coach, and I still feel that way. I just want to shout this feeling from the rooftops because it is so amazing. And now I'm to the point where I want to shout coaching from the rooftops because it is so amazing. So when you are having that belief inside of you, it overflows out of you into massive action. So some other things that could be holding you back. Maybe you're afraid of inviting people. Maybe that's kind of out of your comfort zone and you're worried that they're going to think something. We need to switch our thinking to more of the solution type thoughts, in that by inviting someone, we could be changing their life. And so many times it results that way. We also need to know that by inviting someone, they might say no. And that's okay, because their no will most likely become a yes later. Maybe messaging. Maybe we're just like uncomfortable with like, oh, I don't know how to keep the conversation going, or I don't know what to talk to people about. These are all things that you can go and find PD on that will help you. But first, you need to identify what is your personal struggle that is holding you back. For some of us, I know this is me this month, it's prioritizing my time. All of a sudden, half my time is gone that I'm used to having. And so I'm working on fitting in the stuff I normally do into these little tiny pockets of time, which I'm just not used to. So I'm having to figure out how to make that work. But I also recognize that it is my struggle this month. And so I'm really focusing hard to make that work anyway. Some of us come into this without a lack of goals. We don't have goals, or we don't have a vision. When I first started, my only goal was to help others. I honestly had like zero financial goals. which is probably crazy, but a lot of people come into it because they want to like crush their debt or they want to change their life for the future. You need to identify what that is so that you can move forward and work toward those. Your past struggles, like we talked about, and then, identify what it is and seek help. Just some tips to increase your belief in your success, identify your why, take massive action. So even on the days you don't feel like it, this means that you still get in your 4 vital behaviors every single day, no matter what. I think it's inconsistency that, hi Lydia, inconsistency that throws everyone off the most. Like people convince themselves that they're doing it, but really if you looked back and you kept a list of what days you did everything, you would notice that you probably didn't do everything every day. So more consistent, more massive action. Being reflective. This means that you can look at what you're doing as a coach and you can decide, yes, this is working. I'm going to keep doing it. Or no, this didn't work. How can I do it differently next time? I find that so many coaches have one thing that doesn't work and they're out. I'm done. I'm quitting. This isn't for me. You guys, Sean's told us about her first challenge group. We've all screwed up a million times. In this business, we need to just get up and try again. Get up and try again. If that doesn't work, get up and try again. We don't come into it knowing exactly how to be a coach. And honestly, what do we talk about at the retreat? That even stuff that worked 2 years ago doesn't work now. Or stuff that worked for one person may not work for another person. So you just have to keep going. You can't just have that attitude of, well, it didn't work the first time, so I'm done. That's how like my 7-year-old views life sometimes. And we're not 7. We are much older and we know we know how to deal with it. We have to just move on. Which is like my number 4, be relentless, which means you don't give up. You keep going. You keep trying. I don't know if this is my slide or if that was my last slide. Okay. So we need to believe, number 1, that this process works. Uh-oh, it's going to kick us off soon. Do you guys believe that this process works? The coaching process and the Beachbody process? Yeah, you have to believe that. And you have to have your own story of why you believe that. So if right now you don't have your own story of why you believe that, you need to go back to square one and start a program from the beginning. The next one is you need to believe that coaches change lives, because we do. And if you're doubting that, take a minute and scroll through your challenge group and look at how many people are showing up. Look at how many people send you messages saying that they're making a change. Look at the comments on your posts on Facebook. Even if you have 1 like, that's 1 person who was inspired by your post. So coaches do change lives. The third one is we need to realize that people have money. They might be prioritizing their money a different way than we would like them to at the moment, but the money is there, you guys. The easiest excuse to tell anyone that's trying to get you to buy someone is that I can't afford it right now. That's a super easy excuse, but we need to show them the value of what we are offering them. We're not just offering them a pretty shiny thing. We are offering them lifelong skills that can keep them healthy forever if they choose. I mean, honestly, right? If someone buys the 21-day fix one time, they can ultimately follow that forever. you know, especially that eating plan. It is gold. And then the last one that we absolutely cannot ever forget is that we can do this. No matter what craziness life throws at us, no matter how many times Eli gets up from rest time, we can do this. So, all right, that is the end of my presentation. I don't know. I'm super fired up. I want like my massive belief to just like shower over all of you so that you can all go and shower it over everybody else. But I think a lot of times coaches, especially new coaches, think that there's like a secret, like, oh my gosh, what do you do? What's your secret? I don't have a secret. Nobody has a secret. It's simply just consistency over time, doing those vitals. That's all it is. Okay? Having that belief that you can move forward and never giving up. That's it. So, all right, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope that you walk away with something that you personally can go out and find PD on, or you can realize like, oh, maybe I'm not as fired up about this because I quit my program halfway through, or maybe I can't share about Shakeology because I'm not drinking it. So figure out what you need to change and change it. All right, guys, I'm out. Have a great day. I think everyone's still muted.